Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to what? Boom! Yeah, I already had that ready.
A new generation of parts and building upgrades is now available, most of which are aluminum-based.
Yes. That's all you got to say? That's all she's got to say. Well, guess what? We can go ahead and grab over here. Go over here to the next section. And what is waiting for us over here? Is it just things like these alternate upgrades? Yeah, it looks like it. So, Tier 7, the last real upgrade, is going to be this one here. And, oh, folks, you would not believe. I was actually getting everything ready to go build another geothermal generator because I figured why not, you know, just might as well stockpile up on power. But, yeah, I was working on some other projects, and we've got what it takes. I guess we actually needed those for the generator. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're almost there. We need like 2 more, but I already grabbed 16 out of here earlier to use on the geothermal generator, so we're there basically. And then we just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stack. Is that 8? Is that 8? That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's 8. Okay. We've got everything we need. Then now, of course, we got to wait for that darned shuttle to come back down here. I wasn't paying attention to... Oh, pod will return in 15 minutes. Okay. That's alright. Where's it taking it? It's not taking it all the way back to Earth. Is it just taking it into orbit? Is there some sort of station up there it drops it off at, and then a big space trucker comes by and picks it up? Something along those lines? That would be pretty cool. I'd be into that. I guess I should show y'all what I did. What I have done is actually kind of horrendous. Ignore all of this over here. All of this is all getting scrapped. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to in the next update. I'm not going to start a new world, but I'm basically going to start this one from scratch. All of this is getting scrapped because I applied a bunch of lessons that I learned, you know, in previous episodes to this place, but then I learned so much more in the process of building this place and then refining the steel facility, and then really, I think I really hit my stride over here with my latest project, and I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm not going to bury the lead. I decided we needed some more screws. Now, unfortunately, we are now saturating this line, but once we get some aluminum, we can upgrade that line, and we'll get all the screws in. But I think that this is my best work yet. Let me go ahead and show you how it works. So everything is... it's just perfect. Everything is perfect. So we've got the machine down there. It's extracting 60 ores per second, or per minute, so 1 every second should pass through here. And as you might know, these machines lead to do 30, so how does that work? Are we extracting double from there? Well, no, we could overclock that, although I'm sure we could just put the next level upgraded. Actually, what goes into that now? I forgot we've literally just unlocked that. Let's see, production, miner MK3. None of that looks new. None of that looks new at all. Let me go ahead and take another look at it. Is that just a basic computer down there, or is that something different? I mean, that looks like just the kind of things that we could build literally right now, but that's beside the point. I thought it might need some other materials. Let me scroll around here. Let's see what else we've got that's new. We've got the new conveyor belt, and that looks like it's going to take aluminum. Okay, so that's what we need aluminum for. That's... there's probably more than that, but for me, that's all there is. That's all I care about. But great. As I was saying, 60, so this would consume 120, but remember... if you cut it to half, it uses less than half of the power. So, because these are so dirt cheap to manufacture, these here smelters, I went ahead and built 4 of them, cut them down to 50%, so we're using substantially less power than we would if we were using 2 at full speed. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's consuming 15 per minute, it's pumping out 15 per minute. Those are going out to here, of course, where 15 per minute. We still don't have that alternate recipe, I should say. That would make this whole process a lot easier and save even more power because we could skip the process of turning the ingots into the rods. I could bite myself for skipping that if indeed I did. And then, of course, it goes down here. 1 rod produces screws. It's 1-to-1. Everything is 1-to-1, which is how we're able to make it so tight. It all just barely squeezes in here in this tiny little space. And you compare this. This is essentially doing the same thing that down there is doing, but look at how big that area is. That took up way more space than this. This is my best work yet, I think, in terms of factories. And if we go down here, I think that's sort of the design language and the design philosophy that we're going to be following moving forward. Not to say this doesn't work, using a series of mergers and conveyors to make sure that everything is always equally fed, But in a system where everything is tightly timed and tuned to be an exact 1-to-1, it's unnecessary. This is unnecessary. We don't need this. What's it storing? Nothing. We don't have an excess. These aren't unnecessary. This is fine for splitting up. But merging at the end, we could have gone straight out of these machines into those machines. This bad boy here, entirely useless. Entirely useless. I've learned so much in just the short amount of time. And, of course, we still have that facility over there that, I feel like that one is somewhere in between these two, where I was starting to get the design philosophy down, but it's not quite there just yet. But if you take a look at it, it's actually really close. It's actually very similar. Maybe I'm wrong. This is a bit messy at the back here, but I guess it gets the job done. And, of course, these are running at full speed, which isn't bad. It's not a problem necessarily. It's just if I had created 8 of them instead, they could be running at half power and, be more efficient. But anyway, I digress. Let's head back. It hasn't been 15 minutes. It's barely been 5. Well, maybe I can go ahead and work on my geyser then. Get my geyser up and going. Because I do want to go... I've actually been thinking about this. I think we've been going pretty heavy on this series here lately, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it. But I know it's going to take a lot of time to adapt this world and everything to the new version when it launches, which according to Coffee Stain Studio, they seem pretty optimistic about the whole thing. In fact, so much so that it's possible, however unlikely, that we may actually be getting the new update by the time you watch this. It could already be out. But we're going to take a break, maybe a couple of weeks break from this, and rest on it, let the hunger to return rebuild, and then we're going to come back with Season 2. We're going to do a second season where we strip the world and start... No, we're not going to completely start from the beginning. Really, it's more about figuring out what needs to change to get everything back up and running. I've watched a couple of videos now of people talking about the changes and kind of breaking them down, and it's not as bad as I had thought. I thought the whole world was going to be just irreconcilably broke. I can't use words. They're difficult for me. But you know what it is I'm trying to get at here. I thought it was going to be so bad we would never, ever recover. Or it would take hours and hours of our lives. But it looks like it's going to be a little bit more optimistic than that. So, or I am feeling at least a little bit more optimistic than that. Why am I making 2 geothermal generators? I was only planning on making one more, because according to my math, I think that'll take us up to 3,000 megawatt hours. Let me go ahead and then I guess if that's the case, we only need 8 of these. There we go. Let's get this recipe done with. Sounds like my ship is returning. Sounds like it's going to be docked in maybe 5 seconds or so, if I had to guess. I'm still doing this whole Caterium thing. It's just as annoying as you would think. Hi there, you! Why am I even doing this? I've got access to nuclear power now. I mean, why even? Why not just fully embrace that? Away you go! What else did we get for that? I wasn't even paying attention.
Milestone reached. With the provided buildings and parts, you can now set up nuclear power generation, which balances an increase of fuel production complexity with improved power output.
Cool.
Protective measures against radiation have been included. Note, this method of power generation creates nuclear waste.
What do I need to do with the nuclear? Can I just dump it in an ocean or something, probably? Hopefully so. I'm probably not going to get into that until the update. I'm not positive yet, but I have my suspicions that might be one of the things that has changed. Why am I even doing this? Why am I even making another geyser? It's break time, folks. Well, no, I guess I'll do the geyser. I just made it all the way out here to the other side of the Lollipop Flop Forest, only to realize that I neglected to bring any iron rods. This is the most depressing moment of my life. And it's on this low point that I think we should leave Season 1 behind. Because I don't actually want to make it all the way back home. I was going to see if I maybe had a recent save that I could restore to. What is that one from? That one's from not all that long ago, but maybe long ago that it's the base? Let's see. Or maybe at least not too far away. Like from the base. Not too far away from where I was, but rather not too far away from where I want to. Oh, perfect! Thank you folks for watching. God bless you. And I'll see y'all in season 2. Bye!